So today we're going to talk about email, specifically folders in email. Now, Gmail calls them tags. Every other app basically calls them folders, but basically they're the same thing. Now, recently I posted a video showing my workflow and my email folders and so on. And I got contacted by someone on LinkedIn and we started having a conversation. And they sent me a screenshot of their folder list. And here it is. Now, it's a massive list. You've got accounts, analytics, bank, conversations, all the way down to later, even work and projects. Now, this is a big list. Now, I've seen a lot bigger. This isn't actually that as bad as I'm making it out to be, but I've seen a lot worse. But to be honest, with having so many folders, you're basically wasting time putting emails in these folders. Now, I've had a client, I was moving a client from their old email service to G Suite, so I was moving their emails, and they had hundreds upon hundreds of folders, not emails, but folders. And in each of those folders, I can't remember seeing any more than 10 or 20 emails. In fact, there was a bunch with only like 1 or 2 emails in them, and I couldn't quite understand why. When I ask people why they have folders, the first thing they say is, I can search, I can find things easier. Now, that can be true in the past. Now, like 10, 15 years ago, the search facility on these apps were not great. So I could understand why you would have folders. But nowadays, the structure of the search, the service that they have is so good that you just don't need to put anything in folders. Now, in this list at the bottom, you've got work and projects. Now, if you've got emails pertaining to a project, you kind of should use a project management tool. Now, I know people don't like using project management tools because it sounds so big. They don't like to-do lists. Call it a workspace. You need a workspace to put your work in. So you can go to your workspace, whether it's for your prospects or your clients or the actual work that you're doing for your clients, in that space, and just copy paste the things that you need. That's what I do. So if an email comes in and it's regarding a prospect or a project or whatever, I take it and put it into Todoist. I use Todoist as my project management tool, but it's basically my workspace and everything is in there. I even use it as a web clipper, basically, for my when I find things on the internet. So don't use email as a like an archive as such. I mean, that's weird to say that. You've got to archive your emails. You can delete them, but don't use it as a space to store your information where you kind of need to keep going back to it. I have 2 folders that I use, and that's email and archive. Inbox and archive. So the inbox is obviously self-explanatory. I read it, delete it, act on it, and then I archive it. Now, I do have, I'll put them up here, I have 5 tags within Gmail. I actually use G Suite, so Gmail is the app within G Suite, so I have 5. So appointments, business, domains, inquiry, invoice. They're the only tags or folders that I have. So whenever an email comes in, it gets automatically tagged with that tag. And the only reason I have these tags is not to actually go into those tags to find those emails. I use them as like a visual cue as to when they come in, they get tagged as appointment. So an appointment is basically usually a new prospect. So I go in and deal with it straight away. I know that it's there. It's like a visual cue basically for me. So I don't actually use folders. So the only 2 folders that I use are my inbox and my archive. Now, this again can work for some people, and I understand why people do this, but there's no real reason to do this anymore, especially with the search functionality. And the whole point of working is obviously to make money, but the whole point is to make your life make your life easier, make your life simpler. There's no point trying to complicate things with more and more tools or more processes. Cut down the processes, cut down the tools, and just focus on the work that you need to do. So the more you cut down, the more time you have. It's as simple as that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. This was shared by permission, so they're okay with it. Keep it simple, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Ciao. Bye-bye.